I am very honored to be one of the recipients of this award from the BBVA Foundation, which I would like to deeply thank. I am proud to share this Climate Change Award with my longtime colleagues, Dorte Jensen, Valérie Masson-Delmotte, Jacob Schwander, and Thomas Stocker. I am being honored for my contribution to ice-core research, in particular to the European projects that allowed community to cover the last 800,000 years. Also more deeply involved in Antarctic research, I have also been active in projects in Greenland, including fieldwork. Through these various projects, I have been lucky to be associated with two important findings: the existence of a link between greenhouse gases and climate in the past, and the discovery of large and rapid climate change occurring at the scale of a human life or even less. My PhD was dedicated to deriving information about the growth of large hailstones from their composition in deuterium and oxygen-18, two isotopes of hydrogen and oxygen, the components of water. Such studies made me familiar with the various aspects of isotopic fractionation that affect the water molecule during their atmospheric cycle, and how the isotopic composition of snow and ice can be used to reconstruct past climate change. I started ice-core research in the mid-70s in close collaboration with Claude Lorius and his group in Grenoble. For almost 40 years, I then actively participated in major ice-core international projects and also made contribution to various aspects of the modeling of water isotopes. In the 80s, I became fully involved in the Vostok ice-core program, conducted in the framework of a collaboration between French, Russian, and US scientists. This ice allowed us to discover a strong correlation between the concentration of greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide and methane, both measured by the team led by Dominique Reynaud, and the Antarctic climate, as derived by our team from water isotopes measurements. First documented over the last glacial interglacial cycle, this correlation has remained strong over the last 4 climatic cycles, a period over which the Vostok ice-core was extended in the 90s. I was associated with the launch and success of the European program for ice coring in Antarctica, the EPICA project, which allowed to extend the timescale back to 800,000 years. I have fully participated to many other aspects of the Vostok and EPICA programs: ice core dating, comparison between the climate and the greenhouse gas records, correlation with other paleo records, and contribution to the interpretation of various ice core records, including beryllium, nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and sulfur isotopes. I have long been convinced that looking at the past is a key to understanding the future. The relevance of paleoclimate research to future climate change is now fully recognized, and this is one facet of our field of research of which I am very proud. This was one of the main reasons for my involvement in the International Panel on Climate Change, an involvement that I was particularly happy to share with two co-recipients, Valérie Masson-Delmotte and Thomas Stocker. What I appreciate most about our field of research is a strong spirit of collaboration among teams interested in looking at different properties and records extracted from these archives for climate and our environment. In recognition of the profound collaboration that goes in ice-core research, I would like to thank all the colleagues with whom, It has been my immense pleasure to collaborate. I would also like to acknowledge other close collaborators, scientists, technicians, and PhD students for their invaluable contributions. Many thanks as well to research institutions and funding agencies, in particular the French Atomic Energy Agency, an institution where I started my research 56 years ago. And I should also express my deep thanks to national and European research agencies for their support. Acknowledgements go also to my family, in particular to my wife Brigitte, who has been very supportive despite the fact that doing research is very time-consuming.